Welcome, everybody, to another week of Messing with the Mackentyres. I am your host, the Celtic Casanova, Johnny McIntyre. I am here with my brother, Alcoholic Angus.
Hello, everybody. How are you today? I think today we should go back to our roots with wrestling.
Well, hold on there. Let's get a little bit of that housekeeping out of the way first. Go to our YouTube channel, DJBProductionsNetwork.com, as you see on the screen there. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, come back every week for fresh content. Check out some of the other shows like Bite Me and the Way Cool Wrestling Show and Point Counterpoint, starring me and my tag team partner, Mark Lindsay. All right, so what you were saying,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I want to go back there. I want to do a wrestling show. We haven't done a wrestling show in a couple of episodes.
Yeah, the last wrestling show we did was, I think, at Mount Rushmore.
Yeah? Well, how about we do Mount Rushmore tag teams?
Wow! I'm
I'm
in.
excited!
Yeah, I'm in. Oh, that was cheesy. All right. Go ahead. So there's four, as we all know, there's four
In case you didn't know what a Mount Rushmore was.
that go up on Mount Rushmore. So give me your number 4.
I'm going with the Well-Hung Warriors. Independent sensation. Mark Smart, Greg Spitz, one of the greatest tag teams ever, if not the greatest independent tag team on the independents.
I'm just speechless. That one, that's just.
I'm going with the Well-Hung Warriors. I think they can work with anybody. I think in a modern day,
can our show just be canceled?
I think they both had the brain power and the wherewithal to go the distance.
I like Mark Smart dearly, his tag team partner.
That's Spitz. Spitz is an amazing.
You were always a Spitz guy. I was a social guy, but whatever. All right, and number 4, I can't even. This is already off the rails. We've been drinking too long today. My number 4, I'm going Harlem Heat. Booker T, Stevie Ray, managed by Colonel Rob Parker or Scary Sherry or Sister Sherry, whatever you want to call her. Harlem Heat, to me, one of the best tag teams of all time. And not only were they great, such a great tag team, they broke off and gave us Booker T as a single star and one of the greatest wrestlers that there ever was, in my opinion.
Number 4, we coming for you.
So Hogan, we're coming for you.
So Harlem Heat is a fantastic addition at number 4, I would believe.
I definitely think they belong on the Mount Rushmore tag teams.
Yeah. So at number 3,
who you got next? M7? I mean, your list is already fucked because number 4 blue.
No, my number 4 is fantastic. I enjoy the finer things in life. Number 3.
Is it Chad Two-Man and Sex Ferguson, buddy?
My number 3 is the Fabulous Rougeaus.
They're all American boys.
I think they made everybody in the early and mid 80s look fantastic. They put everybody over. These guys were the unsung heroes of the early 80s and mid 80s in the WWF.
But who was your favorite? Ray or Jacques?
Probably Ray was better. Yeah, Ray was definitely better.
No, I like the Quebecers better than the Fabulous.
Yeah, really?
Rougeaus.
Yeah. No, the Quebecers were like lost. Yeah, the Rougeaus had purpose.
Yes,
they didn't listen to back. Oh, they
the one guy didn't have an eye patch.
I
like an eye patch.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay, it's very becoming. It's very becoming of a gentleman.
I'm switching mine to the Quebecers.
I said it all on the Quebecers were going to win.
Fabulous Rougeaus. Definitely Fabulous Rougeaus. Number 3.
All
How about you?
My number 3 might, from a historical standpoint, as far as collecting belts around the world, the Dudley Boys. They might be the best tag team to ever walk planet Earth. Bubba Ray Dudley, Devon Dudley, the Dudley Boys. And how much fun were they at ECW where they just used to kill people?
Yeah.
Managed by Joel Gertner.
Murder them.
And oh, my brother.
And the whole family. They were Agnes, Chubby Dudley, Sign Guy Dudley. There was so much that went into the Dudleys.
Big Dick Dudley.
Yeah, the Dudleys are incredible.
Oh, I love the Dudleys. And they were one of the few people who were successful in another company to come to WWF and be so successful.
In all honesty, it just hit me. The Dudleys are Jericho, but of tag teams. Like, they've gone just as long.
I don't think that the Hardy Boys I don't think that Edge and Christian would be what they are without the Dudley boys today.
The Dudley boys are Jericho is the probably the greatest whatever right now, and the Dudley boys have gone just as long as Jericho, and
I've
been pretty relevant, if not peaks and valleys for both of them.
But Devon never had the single success that Bubba had in different companies.
No,
Be
but
it
they
Bully
still
Ray or Bubba Ray or whatever
Okay,
it's
so
called.
even Bubba Ray won as long as Jericho.
That's true.
Yeah, and I really don't care for the guy. Like,
Well, coming at number 2 from my Mount Rushmore, I've got the Midnight Express, a classic NWA tag team, one of my all-time favorites. You got that music. This is karaoke episode. You didn't get the memo?
no, I wish I did.
No, I have the budget. You don't.
Because then I would have won with the back seats.
Just
to save time and money.
That's a Mount Rushmore
Just to
indie
save time
tag
and money.
team.
Yeah, definitely.
Spoiler alert for a future
Back seats could have
episode.
definitely gone in
You
this
should have
area.
saved your well-hung warriors for future.
Cool.
But the Midnight Express, beautiful Bobby, sweet Stan, managed by the tennis racket wielding Jim Cornette, the best tag team, classic matches with the Rock and Roll Express, their arch rivals. To me, like when you and I were wrestling tag teams, that's some of the stuff I used to think of when we were putting matches together. Like, what made them so good, and how do we become that good?
Because we instilled it in every match that we ever did.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is that what you were shooting for with our matches?
All right, here you got it, number 2.
And number 2, I got the greatest tag team ever.
Stan. I'll take Stan any day. No Dennis Condrey for me.
Sweet Stan.
Sweet Stan. What's the D in Dennis?
I'm a
Like, what was? Hold on, real quick. He put it up there. He wants us to talk about it. Let's patronize him here.
You guys are NWA.
So what was the D? Like, you had beautiful for Bobby. You had sweet for Stan. What was the D? Douchebag Dennis Condrey?
Oh,
Darling Dennis Condrey?
darling Dennis Condrey.
Devastating? Dashing? Dick?
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Loverboy. There's no alliteration there.
It should be a D.
All right, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is the greatest tag team of all because they were the greatest tag team at the greatest time and the greatest era. Demolition. Bill Eadie, he's been tried and true. He was going through everything, and he met up with Barry Dorso, who's gone on to do other very infamous things. And
tell us some of those other infamous things. Pronouns, pal.
Demolition is the greatest tag team ever.
But what other great things did he do?
They just held the title.
I just want to know.
They drew. I think
Demolition is grossly overrated.
Demolition drew.
Yeah, but they were so slow and like they were Road Warrior and Jace. Like they were never.
Nah, Demolition could work.
I don't know. I mean, if you're into S&M and that kind of thing, like sure, like who wouldn't want to see Mr. Fuji dressed like that?
Yeah, no, Demolition. Demolition is it. They were great. They struck fear.
All right. Well, who are you putting else on? Who else is up there?
For my number 1. My number 1's the Rockers, greatest tag team. They had the greatest. They had the greatest match of the show every night.
I don't even know what to do with this list. I don't. It's just yeah, exactly. The Rockers, that coward Marty Jannetty who ran through the window.
I'm talking about when they were together.
Just this week on Facebook, admitted to disappearing a guy and alluded to the fact that this woman was going to disappear that he was dating because she was Jamaican and crazy. I mean, come on now.
So who's your number 1 then?
Number 1 for me, the Brainbusters, Tully and Arn.
Yeah,
they are the greatest tag team to ever walk the face of the earth.
They really are.
There is nobody better. The slingshot suplex, the DDT. Arn and Tully were it. They made everybody look like $1 million.
Then they just put people
if
over
it was the Rockers, the Orient
people.
Express, the Hart Foundation, whoever. Arn and Tully in WWF, Arn and Tully in NWA, Arn and Tully in WCW. There is no better tag team. And it makes me so happy that we have FTR
I'll agree with
in
that.
this day and age that emulate and do right by the comparison that they get to the Brainbusters.
I'll definitely say the Brainbusters are the greatest.
And I also just want to give a special acknowledgement. Rest in peace, tag team specialist Shaq Gaspard. May you rest in peace.
So anyway, Bob, if there was one team from the current generation, Johnny, who? If there's somebody current from right now, like who do you think is going to be the greatest tag team of the past 10 years? Who's going to come out as the greatest?
So for last call today, if I had to pick a tag team that would end up on the Mount Rushmore and supplant, say, your pick of the Well-Hung Warriors, Jesus Christ. Because we're talking about, for last call, we're talking a team now that has the chops, that has the skills, that has the resume to replace any one of the four that we mentioned. I've got to go, oh man. For me, I'm between the Young Bucks and I'm between FTR.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta go Young Bucks. They've done more for this business in the last 5 years than any single star or any tag team or anybody in this business.
The Bucks will be the greatest tag team from the past. Yeah.
Right now,
yeah. They will be. Because, they've done enough. And even if they didn't have their own company, they've carried it. They've made tag team wrestling fun and enjoyable to watch. Whether you enjoy what they do or if you don't. They just throw it out there and they put out a good match. They put out a good product. And you probably talk about them at the end of the night.
Not to mention, they made it cool to buy wrestling T-shirts again.
Yeah.
That Super Kick Party T-shirt.
Yeah.
Power.
Simple. Whoa. I love Power and Glory. I think they have one of the best finishes ever.
It's that Paul Roma and...
Paul Roma and Hercules. Yeah, with the suplex, with the splash. They just throw some tag teams if you want.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what I loved? My favorite thing was...
Why don't we just say Pretty Wonderful belongs on Mount Rushmore? They're right up there with fucking Well-Hung Warriors.
I don't know the Milwaukees. I liked when we used to tag team, though. I used to say, I want the heart attack, but you thought it was the clothesline. But I like the power slam off the second rope, the original Heart Foundation finish.
The original one, but the heart attack was so much easier.
I know, but I'm just saying, I think that's just cool. It's like you have a big guy throwing the other guy over the top and coming down.
But that's a thing that's lost now in this day and age,
Bulldogs
too.
are incredible.
Is a tag finish.
Yeah.
Like the Young Bucks have the Meltzer driver.
Yeah. Because you have a lot of tag teams right now are just like thrown together entities.
They're mismatched, like Page and Omega.
Yeah. So they're not going to have it, but at least
they need to have
Strike Force. I love when they turn. Oh,
Rick Martel is one of the greatest talents.
Strike Force is incredible, but that was one of the best heel turns ever. When Tito hit him, Martel, and then Martel turns into the model. Oh, so much good stuff comes out of that. Oh, the model.
And I got to say, that, I know we're talking about this last call and they're going to throw us out of here. But the Steiner brothers, in some world, belong on my list. It's too tough to narrow it down. But I think, I don't know, I was just never into Rick.
Yeah.
Like, I thought Scott was always the star of that team showed.
Yeah.
Firebreaker, shit. Was he teamed with Gage Coulson or Johnny Lynch?
That's probably
little Nicky
AWA stuff. I don't know.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna need a new brother.
Colossal Connection were phenomenal too. They carried Andre, got him another year.
I need a new partner for the show.
Was that?
I need another partner for the show. The fact that you put Well-Hung Warriors in Mount Rushmore.
I love them.
Like,
I love them.
Does you owe Spitz money? Like, what's the deal here?
No, I just love them.
All right, I've had enough of him for today.
Love them.
I am Johnny McIntyre for my brother Angus. Join us next week on Messing with the Mackentyres.